Assalamualaikum. I just want to point to something that hasn't been addressed yet by Bro Hamza. Dr. Ed Buckner mentioned that because Allah has many names and many attributes, that therefore is contradictory. Yeah. So if I were to say that you, Sir Ed Buckner, is someone who is calm but then can be angered, somebody who is generous but then somebody who can be spiteful, all these attributes can be part of your character, but that doesn't mean that, therefore does not mean that you are not Ed Buckner. It is not contradictory to yourself.
It is not contradictory, of course, to say that a character, whether Ed Buckner or God, not quite the equivalent, but any individual or character can have complex characteristics, be one thing at one time and one thing another, and that was not the point that I was saying is contradictory. Remember, this was in regard to the problem of evil, the problem of suffering. This is, Hamza has said in his writing that this is not a problem because God has many faces, because there are many different names for Allah. But I don't think that Islam accepts as one of the names for Allah capricious and pointless killer of children. And yet in the tsunami of 250,000 dead, thousands and thousands of children were killed pointlessly. That is not consistent with a God, a good God, a bad God, or a God with many names. That was my point.
This also shows the difference between the atheist worldview and the Islamic worldview. Let me give you a scenario. The atheist worldview is as follows. You have a crap life, in a crap existence, being very poor, a tsunami comes, you drown and you die. Atheist worldview, that's it. Islamic worldview, you have a bad existence, you have no money, a tsunami comes, you drown, you die, and oh, here's eternal bliss. I'm not saying which one.
You can characterize the Islamic point of view, but you did not correctly characterize the atheistic point of view.
Well, in fairness, you characterize our own mother, so I could do what I like now.
No, you didn't characterize it accurately.
So basically,
I don't like when people don't characterize my views and then claim they have.
Okay, my view of the atheistic worldview. And the point is, I think you misread my article, which is quite interesting. You actually read my article. But you should read the Quran first next time, yeah? The point I'm trying to make is this, is that we believe that God has many names and attributes, and one of the names and attributes is that He's the wise. Now,
He's what?
He's the wise. The wise. There's wisdom in things. Now, you may say, well, I can't see the wisdom. But that's a logical fallacy. It's called an argument from ignorance. Just because you can't see something, it doesn't mean necessarily it actually solves the problem. So philosophically, logically, we solve the logical problem of evil, and it's not a problem. We say, God is all wise. If you can't see the wisdom, it doesn't mean it's not there. I suggest everyone, Muslims and non-Muslims, to read a very interesting chapter of the Quran, which is chapter 18 of the Quran, that has an amazing narrative between Moses, peace and blessings be upon him, and this personality called Khidr. And they have this amazing narrative going on about the wisdom of God. And if you read it, I think it solves the problem of evil from the point of view that God is also all wise. But there's many other reasons why we believe the problem of evil is not actually a problem. Because we believe people who drown, they have eternal bliss. We believe people who are buried under rubble, they have eternal bliss. Anyone who has illnesses from the stomach have eternal bliss. To the point when they're in this bliss, they'll look back and say, I would do it again to be in this state. Do you see? But from the logical
I see that you believe that. I understand that Islam
of course.
Muslims believe that, but that's not evidence for its truth.
And
the point I was making is that you have a reality which is inconsistent with the designer God. You have a reality that you would get if, in fact, these things evolve. Biological evolution, the evolution of the universe, the breaking up of planets, spinning off, and so forth. You have physical forces that do terribly destructive things that obviously don't care about human beings. I'm not trying to say that your God is evil and goes around killing little kids. I'm trying to say that the natural forces go around killing little kids, and that's inconsistent with the existence of any God.
No, it's not. It's inconsistent.
It is whether you say it is or not.
Well, that's fine. You can speak by yourself. But the thing is, let me give you my perspective. It's inconsistent if you believe God is just good. Muslims don't believe God is just good. If it's just good, like many, I know Christian theology has developed a lot now, but many in the past, they thought God is just love. I don't see much love, therefore, oh my God, what's the problem? We're saying we have a little bit more of a comprehensive view on who God is. He's the just, He's the kind, He's the wise, He's the one who punishes, etc., etc. And these are reconcilable concepts that deal with reality.
He's the one who killed several 100,000 people and we can't understand anything about why.
But no.
So that makes him...
See, there's a difference.
Somebody
if you don't understand why, it doesn't negate existence. Again, that's a logical fallacy. Argument from ignorance.
It
just because
the basis for believing that it makes sense to believe in a God when you have such an irrational physical process.
You are conflating from an existence of something, again, ontology, to finding out things about something. So you're always conflating between ontology and epistemology.
I'm saying
you're doing that
trying to find out something about
like
God,
a boat on a very dodgy ocean.
God makes no sense.
Okay, I think
that's why. Let's move forward.
Let's move forward.